Alrighty, welcome back YouTube. It's been about 5, maybe 6 days about in the garage. Uh, we were dealing with that cold snap the rest of the country is dealing with, and it's been cold as hell out here. Yesterday was still only 11 degrees, but today was 40, so it's not bad out here. I left off with cleaning up the fenders, rusty spots, getting the rivets cleaned off, and getting those spots primed. And since then, Christmas has came and went. And for Christmas, my wife didn't know what to get me, so I put a bunch of stuff in the Harbor Freight cart and said, give me what you want. Well, she ordered it all. The wife got me everything in the Harbor Freight cart. I only wanted like 2 or 3 things, but she surprised me and got it all. Got a wire wheel set for the brush, some cup brushes for the drill, some wrench holders for my wrenches that are just sitting on the countertop. I got some sanding pads. One of these Braun floodlights. I use these at work. They are freaking phenomenal for dark places. Couple magnetic trays, which I can stick to the frame or wherever. Toss bolts into them. And a new bolt bin. So, see what we get open up tonight. Start working on the Bronco a little bit. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Alright, I got it all opened up. I got my wrench organizers for my ratchet wrenches over here. Oh man, the lighting sucks out here. I've got limited ratchet wrenches, but nowhere to put them because all my other wrenches are in here. So we will hang all these wrenches up here, along with the bolt bins. Then we have the Braun 750 lumen spotlight. Power 1, power 2. Power 3. These things are ridiculously bright. They only last for about 4 hours, but they are great for these kind of projects. I've got 5 of these wire wheels, cup wheels for the drill. Great for removing rust down to bare metal. And 5 of these straight wheels, varying sizes. I got a big one, medium one, 2 small ones. Perfect. I'm running low on these sanding discs, so got 4 of them. I need to get a big old box of them again because I'm running low. And then the 2 bolt trays, which are magnetic, which come in handy for when you're working on something and you need to just toss it. They ain't going anywhere. Alright, so I'm gonna get everything put away. I'm gonna start working on the Bronco. Now, eventually I need to organize this better, but I've got somewhat a little bit of organization going on here. These are all my drill and mini impact attachments. Well, impact driver attachments, I should say. But for now, all of the wire brush drill attachments can go right there in the middle until I get some more of these Dollar Tree bins. These things are like $1 for 4 of them. Well, $1.25 now for 4 of them. I've been through like 6 or 7 of them, but they work pretty good for this. Top toolbox organization for a cheap price. We will stick the grinding flap wheels with the rest of my grinding attachments. It's kind of dark in here, but I got cutoff wheels, sanding wheels. Now I got some more flap wheels. I've got these wire wheels for a grinder, but they are way too aggressive for what I'm doing on the fenders. And I don't even know why I have this 7-inch wire wheel attachment for a grinder. This thing scares the piss out of me. There we go, that's better. Got my wire wheel attachments, my grinding attachments. I still have some more of these out in my welding trailer, but I haven't brought them in yet. But I've got grinding discs for days. I got cutoff wheels for a few days. I need some more flap wheels. The worst part is those flap wheels are like the most expensive grinding attachment. We'll just go ahead and stick the light on the side of the box. I'll worry about the bolt bins probably tomorrow or this weekend. I've got all of my bolts organized in these trays I got from Walmart. These trays are pretty great. I mean, I've got pretty good organization going on inside of these. But I need these for more specialty items. So I can get all these bolts put in those bolt bins and start using these containers for something better. And I know the Bronco project probably seems to be going kind of slow for a YouTube channel, but I ain't got no extra money. Got a full-time job, mortgage, 3 kids. You know how it is. But I did start a wish list on Amazon for parts for the Bronco project if you would like to contribute to seeing this thing get back to where it needs to be. Now, nothing expensive on my Amazon list. I've got a few small, cheap parts, 1 or 2 expensive parts, and I have a huge shout out to Nathan Meyer for buying me a new distributor cap, because the one that's on there, I put on this truck about 9 years ago, and it was used back then. So, this new cap, it's going to be firing way better. But anyways, since I got the Christmas stuff unwrapped, I'm going to flip these fenders over and start cleaning up the rust and priming it. I'm not going for perfection right now. I'm going to get everything bolted back on. Once these fenders are bolted back on, I get the body line straight, everything straight, the hood closing nice, the grill clearing nice, the bumper back on, then I will start doing the body work I want to do. I'm going to hopefully get all of the backside cleaned up down to primer, and then I want to body line the inside of the fenders. Not so worried about the doors, but I'd like to get the inside of the fenders body lined, so I might have to do a tiny bit of body work before I mount them. Either way, they're straight as hell. And both fenders have tiny holes like that. Not much. I'd like to get the rust taken care of around the wheel well on both fenders before I mount them on the vehicle. So, stay tuned. We'll see what happens. Alright, I didn't get a video, but I got all the rust cleaned up down to bare metal. Got it primed. All the holes. There was some rust in here. It wasn't bad. But the worst thing I found is anytime you work with old metal, you're going to find more problems. But I would still say that this fender is 85% there. Nothing that's not fixable. Now, once again, the only reason I'm doing this right now is to get it down to bare metal and prime it. So once it warms up and I can get to a pressure washer, I can pressure wash both sides of this thing clean, get it mounted on the Bronco, and start with the real body work. And yes, I cut my finger with the damn grinding wheel. But anyways, driver's side fender, all the rust is down to bare metal, and it's primed with Rust-Oleum Professional Primer. It's good shit. And yes, all of this will be sanded off, but right now I'm protecting it from more rust. Little by little, Broke Boy Garage, rebuilding a Bronco. So, apparently, the passenger side is in a lot worse shape than the driver's side after cleaning off the paint and the rust. But it's still at least 75% there. I mean, most of the structure is still solid. I'm going to have to do a lot of work on the lip on both fenders. But I got all of the rust cleaned up down to bare metal. I got it primed, awaiting warmer weather. No matter what, I want to get the rust holes fixed, whether it's with plexiglass, tiger hair, Bondo, steel, whatever. I want to get all of the rust taken care of. Then it will most likely have fender flares on it, because I love the look of fender flares on these trucks with no trim. And everywhere that there will be fender flares will be body lined or rhino lined inside and out to prevent further rusting in the future. I know it's still going to happen, but it's going to look better than it ever did when I'm done, no matter what. All right, one door is mounted. Look at the body lines. That's tight. That's tight. Looks nice. Fenders, after I get the next door mounted on the other side.